These is more or less a frozen storm of platinum teardrops or white gold teardrops. And the idea and the other piece is an angel's wing, which has been ripped from the wings of an angel. The whole piece is associated with the loss of love, and the loss of love, in the sense, is very, very, as we all know, it's incredibly hard. It's a difficult thing. It's probably the most difficult thing that I've ever experienced. But what I wanted to do with this show is show the beauty of also that process. So I've chosen very, very particular materials. So this is a frozen tear storm. So my teardrops are made of something very precious, and they've been replicated to fall from the sky, which is something that, you know, I feel that when I'm in that moment, or when I was in that moment, that it was overwhelming and it was coming from the sky. It was something that was all around me. With this piece, what I wanted to do was have it a little bit lower so that you can look at it from all angles, because now that the period is past, the emotion has stayed with me. But I wanted to make it precious, frozen in time, and give homage to that.
Finest works you've ever carved?
Yes, I think it's one of the most intricate pieces I've ever carved. It took a lot of planning to work it out exactly what I was going to do, because I kept changing my maquettes. And I wanted it to be a lot freer than I've done wings in the past, but I wanted this to be much freer, much more elegant, more refined, very light. I wanted it to have an essence of spirituality about it. I wanted it to have great beauty, and I wanted it to have that, also that connotation back to that era when carver was working, to have that sense of immortality about it. So in that I had to really study angels' wings. I looked at thousands of angels' wings. I went to cemetery after cemetery in Italy, which are filled, of course, by all of Italy's most famous artists who have carved, obviously have their works in the cemeteries because their patrons would commission them to do all the works. So we'd go through the cemeteries and look at angels' wings, and I went to Paris to the Louvre to look at the winged angel of victory and Amore and Psyche, and so I really had to study, go back to my classical love and really study angels' wings and how they've been presented throughout time, and then change that into my style.
Why do you think we fall in love with angels?
I think that it's a romantic notion. It's a romantic notion that somebody's looking over us, protecting us. They've always got the connotation of great love. It's a godlike love. That idea of a godlike love that's over-encompassing, and it's safe.
Jane's sculpture, Unrequited, resonates with us all, as this sculptured form appears so light and almost abstract in its abstraction, and yet on closer inspection we find a beautifully sculpted form revealing traditional Carrara marble. The Wings of Victory, as the exhibition was known in Europe, and as we see here tonight, appears strong and definite, whilst delicate and almost fragile, leaving us with a sense of separation as the wing is left in isolation. This great sense of classic simplicity may surely be a recipe for life in an ever-changing and evolving society.